bombs over Kyiv, tanks on Ukrainian soil. What started as a cold, quiet winter night on February 24th in 2022 turned into the day Russia invaded a sovereign European nation. President Vladimir Putin called it a special military operation. He ordered so-called peacekeeping forces into 2 breakaway eastern Ukrainian regions. That special military operation has turned into a war, lasting now for a full year. Last February, the Western world assumed Kyiv would fall within days of the invasion. But after weeks of battle, inexperienced and poorly trained Russian forces using outdated equipment proved ill-prepared to face Ukraine's resistance. Much of Ukraine's success came from military training it had already received from Western allies. And then, in the months to follow, billions of dollars worth of weapons, supplies, and financial support. Ukrainians' resolve and determination to defend their homeland has also proved a major factor in their defense. President Volodymyr Zelensky reflected the high morale of his people when he famously refused to evacuate, saying, "I need ammunition, not a ride."
We are not putting down arms. We will be defending our country because our weapon is truth. And our truth is that this is our land, our country, our children, and we will defend all of this.
On the ground, Russian morale seemed to pale in comparison. Thousands of men fled Russia to escape its first military draft since World War II. Burned out or abandoned Russian tanks littered the roads in Ukraine.
These people came to help us, but for some reason they are running away from us. They got what they deserved because of what they did to people here.
Both countries grapple with a staggering death count. U.S. officials estimate likely hundreds of thousands killed on either side. The United Nations says the civilian toll could be as high as 8,000. The brutality of the war and the Russian focus on killing civilians was quickly apparent. Within months of the war, almost 500 Ukrainians were brutally killed in Bucha, more than a dozen of them children, many hastily buried in mass graves. And the war has spurred a mass migration. More than 8 million Ukrainians have left their homes to seek safety and shelter in the West and neighboring countries like Poland, adjusting to life, but desperate to go home.
You know, we've already adapted, but we miss our native land very much, as we say. We miss our sofa, lying on it, putting on our favorite dressing gown, and just being at home. Most of all, I miss my family, my husband, and my son. For us to be together.
Ukrainians who remained in their country have faced a brutal winter, many often without power or food. As the war enters its second year, many analysts believe it will be difficult for Russia to achieve any of its military objectives. But without continued support from the West, Ukraine could face a bitter year.
In order for us to win soon, we need fighter jets, rockets, so that Ukrainian servicemen will not be killed, as it's happening now.